think I'm going to talk now about the division of labour in the Spike Orchestra because, as I've mentioned before, the band is run jointly by myself and by trumpet player Sammy Eastman. So how am I going to bring this to a concert project which is for my masters? Sammy's not a student at the Royal Academy, so how am I going to divide the labour? How are we going to spread the load? And for me personally, to show a separation in what I bring to the music, what I bring to the band, which in the real world is not relevant. But for the sake of this concert project, I think it's important that there's some fairly clear boundaries about what I bring and also the things that I share, the things that Sammy and I do together, which create the Spike sound, which create the Spike environment. So I think one of the most important things initially was letting the players know that it was really very much a joint venture. So when Sammy or I talked about the pieces that were going to be in rehearsal, we would talk to the players about how we'd written this or we'd written that, and we'd taken different ideas. As far as the Spikes are concerned, the players in the band, all of the pieces are complete collaborations. In fact, some of the pieces that you'll hear in the concert project are particularly of my making, which I've kept them separate specifically for this concert project. My ongoing principle with this band is that it will be a collaborative work, and that most of the music and the direction of the band and so on will come from two of us. The way that we've now set up rehearsals is that Sammy and I are both at the front of the band, and it took a little while, I think, for the guys to know who to look at, who am I following. But what we do is quite carefully divide the hand over the musical baton, if you like, so that it's clear to the members of the band who they need to be following, who's in charge of this piece today, who's going to cue the backings, where do they look for leadership when they need it. So having two of us at the front, I think also will make quite an interesting performance situation, because once again the audience are not used to this kind of ensemble having two frontmen, if you like. Sammy and I also both perform in the band, so not only are we conducting and writing the music, we're also amongst the music. So the way that we divide the labour is basically whoever's playing or singing more within the music gets on and does that, leaving the other person to conduct or direct as required. So that's the basic division of labour within the Spikes. It's something, I think what I'll try to do is maybe set up a camera at some point in rehearsals so that you can share and see how this works or doesn't work. It'll also be interesting, I think, for myself and Sam to see that ourselves, from a different perspective. So yeah, at some point I think I'll do that.